everyone. I'm so happy to see familiar faces and some new faces. Thank you so much for coming to share this wonderful occasion with us today. The remarkable day of the former President Nelson Mandela. My name is Nzama, and I am the Schools Program Manager for One Voice South Africa. Firstly, I know some of you are asking themselves why Madeleine is not here. I would like to actually send her apology. She is not feeling well. And may I kindly request that everybody put her in their prayers because she's got this massive flu. It started very long time ago. It keeps coming back, so I don't know what's going on. So let's just hope and pray that she feels better soon. On behalf of One Voice South Africa and the team, our board, it is our honor to welcome you all to the Dear Mr. President, Hear Our Voices exhibition. I would like to welcome our implementing partners, Frederick Ebert Stiftung, I don't know if I'm calling that right, FES, known as FES, Drum Aid, and Outbow, for making sure that there is a smooth process in the actual delivery of this project, which is aimed at ensuring that young people have a voice and that young people actively participate in community structures and also in the development of democracy programs. I'd like to further welcome other partners who are here today and the media companies who took their time and came here to see this beautiful work prepared by our youth. And also, I'd like to welcome our participants who are representing the beneficiaries of this project from the schools, the TVET, and from the broader community. I thank you so much.
Hey, my name is Tavi Ile. So what I forgot to mention is that I'll also be your host for today. All right, so you guys are stuck with me for the next little while. All right, so I'm also actually one of the beneficiaries of this program. We were just speaking, Brad, myself, as well as Pee, how this is all has come 360. So I started off last year as a part of the Dear Mr. President as a participant, and then this year I've been turned into a facilitator for the program. So a round of applause for me. All right, so in honor to tell you a bit more about this wonderful project, Stelo, I'm not alone. I do have a co-facilitator who's Stelo, and unfortunately he's unable to be here, but we have been doing this all amazing work with the help of Mandy as well as Ndogozo and the whole of the One Voice team. And just basically how it started last year, and I was representing one of the three groups, which is the NEET, which is the youth not in education, not in employment or training. So I was falling under that group, and Stelo was falling under the group that was in TVET colleges, and as well as we have some that are in our high schools as well as our education. I can't see them, I can't see the time though. Oh, there he is. Yeah, so we'll hear a bit more about them later as well. So the project aims to showcase the spirit of social democracy amongst young people. We're always complaining that young people are not participating, but then this aims to show that young people actually do want to participate. They do know what their story, they do know what they would really like to gain from this democracy. And it's through civic education as well as cooperation, and the project is focused on implementing a collaborative education and more. And I'd like to ask Bren, can you please come forward and tell us a bit more about what we're about to see.
Thanks so much. I was just saying to her, we're so excited. Not only is she standing there in the flesh, but she's got a huge photograph of her on the mirror. Which I'm going to explain right now.
Thanks.
Okay, good morning everybody. I'm Brent Brophy, the curator of the exhibition. I think fast, I talk fast, I write fast, and that's really a good thing when someone makes a speech. No, I'm not kidding, I'm a fly. It's a great pleasure and privilege to be been asked to share with you a very brief overview of the exhibition, a kind of introduction, if you will. Dear Mr. President, here are our voices. So I'll jump right in there and get going, as all curators in the world do, clockwise around the spaces. All right? I'll describe the various elements. There's 6 of them. In the mezzanine, there are 81 photographs. They're a collage of portrait and documentary photography. The life-size wooden cutouts are portraits of school learners and college students from 9 schools and TVET colleges, mostly in Umlazi. Okay? They were participants, and this is where I first met Tabile, in the Shaping My Future project and exhibition last year. The long line of photographs that runs down, so it starts here and runs all the way through, was designed as a kind of window, a sort of narrative, but a storyline. That's why they all jam together. It's the story of the behind the scenes of the workshops. So in a way, the large cutouts are standing in front and the window to what's happening behind them is in the back. Okay? The video offers an engaging experience of visual snapshots of the workshop programs. The sound in the video, which we've clearly turned down for the moment, you've heard the voices, all right? The sound in the video, and here come the connections now, all right? They are short interviews with the 16 life-size portrait cutout subjects, okay? So for example, Tabile is one of the subjects in the portrait photography. We interviewed her and asked her, along with all of her other 15 participants, what does your ideal world look like in the future? So that's the sound to the movie. The transformation and hope mobile is hard to ignore. There are 562 butterflies. Each created by a young person, which means we did not get them from a butterfly factory. Each participant made a butterfly while participating in the civic education workshop that you've heard about. And then very importantly, each butterfly carries the maker's message, their butterfly, their message to the President. So the prompt was, Dear Mr. President. So what you read is all Dear Mr. President is the theme. The Youth Charter was created in this same gallery, which is very exciting for us as gallerists, on Monday. Please chat to me afterwards and ask me questions, and very importantly, give me your comments. We need them, we love them, okay? I plead with you to please sign the visitors book, that's rather the registration table, it helps us going forward, and a comment. It's not so hard to make a comment in the visitors book, but it means a huge amount to the facilitators and the youth participants. Okay. Finally, big shows like this need a team. You guys that worked on this exhibition, there are too many of you for me to mention, but you know who you are. Okay. Thank you to the gallery, particularly Paige and Mbusi. Oh, there you are. Mbusi is the wonderful public relations and publicity officer, and Paige is the curator of the spaces. This is an NGO people, so their support of us really makes them partners. Okay? Finally, I would like to acknowledge the extraordinary contribution to this project of photographer and co-curator Harry Locke. He photographed every single image that you see here and produced the video. And if you're wondering who he is, he's the one with the camera. Okay? Harry, we like you. Okay? That's me, I'm done. Thank you very much.
Welcome Luthando first. Luthando, can I please welcome you? So Luthando is a beneficiary of this year's program, and he's going to be sharing with us his experience, but he's not alone, he's with Amile, and they'll both be sharing their experience. So Luthando is representing the TVET colleges, and Amile is representing the high school students. So please both come forward and share your experience of the program. Don't be shy, we don't bite.
Good morning, everyone. First of all, making these butterflies was very difficult. I'm not going to lie to you guys. So, my name is Luthando Ndlovu, and I am a student at Elangen TVET College. I was a beneficiary of the workshop presented to us by one voice on our campus. So One Voice visited our campus before the elections to teach us more about democracy, how the youth has a voice and how the youth can use the power of that voice to make a change in our nation. So it took us on a democratic journey where we were empowered to raise our voices in building our nation. So for most students it was an eye-opening experience because most of them actually knew about democracy, but they did not have an idea of how to overcome it and use their power in democracy. So during that campaign, we were reintroduced to democracy and what it means to us as the youth. We were made aware of the following. So Mandy and the team came to us. They made us aware of the key principles and aspirations of democracy. One, which is representation and participation. So that's one of the things I discussed with my fellow students. The youth saw democracy as a system where their voices are heard and where they have the opportunity to actively participate in decision-making processes. We were also taught about equality and justice, how uniting in equality can actually make a change for us. One voice may not be loud enough, but one voice in unity can be loud enough for the democracy to be heard. So we learned a lot from this campaign. It was very eye-opening. Even after the election, we were able to utilize our knowledge in influencing the rest of the youth to make a change for themselves.
Greetings to one and all. My name is Amineja. I come from Zulibans High School in Mondela. And I can say a lot about the One Voice campaign. It really changed my belief and understanding on democracy and how to vote. Because at first I didn't care about much about voting because most of the time it was always the same party that won. So I didn't care much about it. But when Ms. Linda came to us and told us more about how to vote and how we could change our future and how we could change South Africa by just being open and having hope and voting, it made me believe that me and my peers, we can actually change the course of South Africa. We can actually be heard as while we are still young, we can actually change South Africa. And I wish that the One Voice campaign wouldn't stop with us. We could continue this wonderful job because it actually changes how we people think, how we young people think about democracy. Because the only thing when you say the word democracy, we only see things like it's for elders. Only people who are older, it has an age restriction. So One Voice actually changed that. They told us that we can actually change that. Democracy is for all, because South Africa is for all.
Yourself, folks, young people are willing to be a part of the change. We just need to give them the opportunity to be a part of that change. And before I officially open our exhibition today, I'd love to give a huge shout out to the One Voice team, Mandy, Pindi, Dogozo, Malin, Bren, Stella, who's not here. I really would like to give a huge shout out as well as to Drum Aid as well, who really helped us to bring this all together. Apologies if I'm forgetting anyone, I'm shy after this. But just thank you to everyone who was able to make this all a success. Thank you to you as well for taking the time and coming here and to bear witness of what the young people, my fellow young people, I'm still young, our fellow young people have put here today. So without taking more time, I declare this exhibition open. Please take time to go around and have a look at the wonderful work that our young people have done. Thank you. You can go.
I'm from Ndwedwe, but ngihlala la eThekwini ngomsebenzi. So I'm the managing I'm the schools program manager for One Voice South Africa. One Voice South Africa is an organization or an NGO that is working with Abatabasha, Kakukazi High Schools, Nagoma TVET colleges, and we also operate in communities our broader community, because we feel that it's very important to cover bonke abantu abasha, because khona abantu abasha abangafundi, khona abantu abasha abafundayo. So what we do basically, we do izinto ezithinta kakhulu iy'mpilo zabantu abasha, including the career guidance and entrepreneurship, and we also do democracy development, which is the project that we are revealing today on exhibition that's now in front.
Okay, specifically, i-workshop ama-skills ngala ma-program enwenza uhlabe. Okay, ngibuza kanje, what specific skills do you aim to develop in the youth through these programs?
Okokuqala, it's the voice, freedom of expression. So that's very important ukuthi umuntu azazi ukuthi he or she is free to talk, but obviously abahloniphe abanye abantu, ahloniphe ngespace sabanye abantu. So siyafisa ukuthi abantu abasha bakwazi ukubaluleka kokukhuluma ngezinto ezithinta bona ngqo nezinto ababhekene nazo emphakathini yabo. And esinye iskill esisilokhu esisifisa uku-achieve noma esisifisa uku-achieve with this project is active participation, especially kuma structures akhona ama-communities. It could be your war rooms, your organizations akhona emphakathini that are aiming to bring about change beyond the community. So it's active participation, kubalulekile ukuzibandakanya komuntu omusha.
Siphuma kuma-elections, mhlawumbe nje uma kusichazela ukuthi yini into eningayisho to motivate abantu abasha ukuthi babe kwi-space sokuzi-involve nezinto ezihlangana nepolitiki. Sibonile nama-political parties amasha amaningi angenile into the space, njengamanje kwenzeke into entsha, ama-political parties sibonile ehlanganyela nabanye ama-parties. So njengomuntu omusha into that, what can we do or what can you say ukuthi sikhuthazele abantu abasha ukuthi nabo babe in the forefront of i-politics?
Yes. Njengoba besike sasho, if you are saying you are providing democracy development education, so the politics is very important because we cannot realize democracy without politics. So into besishumayela kakhulu kubantwana ukuthi they should go out and vote before the elections. They should participate in voting, that's number one. Number two, after the elections, they should not just go back and sit down. They should continuously engage their leaders. It could be your local councillor, it could be your local mayor. You should continuously engage them so that to make sure that you hold them accountable. Just be aware, be alert, know what's going on within your community. Because if, for example, if in a project in a team, if you don't know what's going on, then how you will know if they actually achieve the outcomes of our planning. So you need to be part of the process from the start until the end.